9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
Say his name and he appears. I believe it said.
What's up, good people? Happy Monday. Happy springtime, wherever you're at, whatever weather is. It's Monday. If you hear the sound of my voice, it's your mayor of WWT, mayor of all things. And it's Monday, which means we got to recap Monday Night Raw. And I'm not even going to hold y'all. I'm going to let y'all fill up the chat. Rock with me. Sorry I couldn't be on WWT Live earlier today. Attending some business. This Monday Night Raw, hailing from Madison Square Garden, from the Mecca, it really felt like it could have been an email. Tell me if I'm wrong. But it didn't feel like it really had that shock value factor that you would think they would do with the big shows and they get to a big arena like the Garden. Had some good action. Ended the show with Roman Reigns and CM Punk, which I think this might be the third consecutive week of that, which is good that both guys are there to build this program. But it didn't feel... I don't know. It felt like we tied up some loose ends, but it felt like there was a lot of fluff or just forcing things so we can actually finally get to Vegas here. But we started off the show, much to my chagrin. I don't know why we did this, but we started the show with Cody Rhodes. Why is Cody Rhodes pushing a storyline meant for SmackDown on Monday Night Raw? I don't know, but I hate it. So we start with Cody Rhodes, who's talking about his rivalry with Randy, hyping up the crowd, happy to be in the Garden, talking about the history of the Garden, who was met by Stephanie McMahon. Another big surprise. I think maybe our headliner for the WWE Hall of Fame in a few weeks. And this was a way just to continuously push this rivalry forward where, if you ask me, we have night 1 and night 2 WrestleMania main events, and both matches, to me, are being overshadowed by what is Ruler versus the Beast. And they're even calling that match, at least Paul Heyman is calling it the main event in his promos. So I think we're trying to make us believe that one of these rivalries is rightfully on night 2 and trying to hype it up. But this was a promo where Stephanie was pretty much saying like, hey, like I know this version of Randy Orton, which Cody should as well, but pretty much saying that this clean, polished, QB1 good guy stuff is not going to work versus this version of Randy Orton because he's not just listening to the voices. He is embracing them, asking him for advice, and he's listening to a new voice who I'm sure will be revealed later. And lack of better words, she's saying, Cody, you kind of a hoe right now. You're not good enough to beat this version of Randy Orton. That's basically the Cliff Notes version of what I got from what this promo was supposed to mean. And Cody, upset about the comments, saying like, yeah, I'm not my father and you're not yours, which led to a slap, the patented Stephanie McMahon slap that we rarely see nowadays. And from there, it's like, instead of the good guy promo that we get from Cody all the time, it's, hey, you're right. Thank you for the advice. Thank you for looking out for me. And I don't know what this is going to mean for the actual match. We saw Cody get some licks in on Friday and Randy Orton, RKO, Jelly Roll, whatever. But I don't know why we need this on Monday Night Raw. Let's keep this on Friday nights on SmackDown. Let Honey deal with Cody Rhodes and the story and all the timeline. Do not bring this garbage to Monday Night Raw anymore, please. Shout out to Honey, who was also in the building, in the Garden tonight for Monday Night Raw. But that's how we open the show. Cody's going to have to unlock his dark side, or we might see the very rare double turn. Maybe we see a double turn. People actually are cheering Randy Orton on, and we want to see Randy get to, I guess it's 14, 15. We want to see him hit that. And like, the Cody fatigue is real for a lot of fans, unless you're actually in an arena. I'm not saying Cody doesn't have a fan base, but I think people are expecting some big switch to happen with that main event that we might not get. It might just be a straight up match, if I'm being honest with you guys. Our first action of the night actually was in the tag team division. We saw backstage that this was weird. We got a lot of Danhausen FaceTime tonight. He shouted out the Garden and said that Saturday night's main event is going to be returning to the Garden soon. And then he also had a backstage segment where he cursed I Show Speed a week ago, and I Show Speed is there again, involved in action, and got front row seats to really push an angle forward in the next match. LA Knight was also on commentary for the tag team title match, which I don't understand why as well. 2-on-2, the Vision has not been a threat because they're not at full strength. I don't know why we got to do this LA Knight Vision stuff 3-on-2 anymore, but that's what we're doing. The match itself, decent match. We saw Logan Paul's mom give him brass knuckles, which were used to knock out Jimmy Uso. I Show Speed was somehow carried out of his seat into the match and accidentally knocked out LA Knight, which shows that Danhausen's curse is continuing to plague him. Because now, not only is LA Knight going to be pissed off at him, but the Usos, because he had a hand in causing them to lose the titles. I don't know why we did this on Monday Night Raw. I don't know what this means for the Vision at WrestleMania. We have new tag team champions, which you open a show like that to create a moment, but it kind of fell flat with having to put a streamer in there just to transition the titles. It didn't make the Vision look any stronger to me without Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. So I don't know why you did it that way. And then just a week ago, before Jay put the battery in Roman's back, he's like, I don't give a damn about the tag team titles. Well, now they're off you. That was a meaningless title reign. And if you're asking me, it really does a disservice to the tag team division when they don't create storylines around the tag teams present. And it does disrespect to like tag teams like the New Day, who've held it like 11 or 12 times, when you keep giving these meaningless title reigns to the Usos to allow them to catch up, that there's no depth in their title reign. It's just they had a title reign. Did nothing with it because we're back to Bloodline Saga. Hate it. But the Vision are new tag champs. I Show Speed is part of the Vision now for protection. And it just sucks that tag team wrestling has all of this stuff thrown together just to make something stick a few weeks out before WrestleMania. Really, really, really weak, if I'm being honest. Does that mean like LA Knight is going to fight I Show Speed at WrestleMania? I don't know. But wasn't really here for it. We got a promo from Liv Morgan. This was one of the high moments of the night. Liv flexing her Spanish a little bit. Called Stephanie's mom a trash B word, which prompted Stephanie to come out. And this is like where Liv Morgan shines. I'm glad she was on her own here to start the promo and let Stephanie know, like, hey, like, you attack my family, you can attack me, but when you attack Dom, now it's on site. So we actually got a brawl to start. And the brawl was just to lure Stephanie in and reintroduce Roxanne Perez, who we now know is cleared. I think that leaked over the weekend that she was going to be back on Monday Night Raw soon. So Judgment Day, as it looks now, is now at full strength. And the numbers game is going to be against Stephanie here. I tweeted this out during the show. I don't know what's up with the writer's room. I don't know. Like this feud is obviously a little bit hotter than Rhea and Jade, because I think there's some real backstage heat there that has allowed everything to cool off instead of letting them play it out on screen, including Jade's new faction. We have done everything, and I've said it before, we've done so much to strip Stephanie Vaquer away from her aura. And even in this rivalry, it's like I feel like I've seen her, even with the feuds with Raquel, it's like I've seen her on her back so much. We've done so much to like strip her down, and she looks like anything other than a champion heading into WrestleMania. And it's a bad look. It's a bad look. Because if Liv Morgan wins, she won the Rumble. Like, okay, the Royal Rumble winner won the title. Who cares? But this person who had such a meteoric rise from like the end of 24 and then all of 2025 is like, it feels like an afterthought. And she's a champion heading into WrestleMania. It's like, it's such a bad look for one of your, I'd say, top women's wrestlers in the entire company from an in-ring standpoint. Like, has all the tools. And it's like we're dumbing down the character so much. Great segment to reintroduce Roxanne and just shows that the numbers game is going to be against Stephanie. But if she doesn't overcome like the odds completely, what are we doing, man? Like what like really, what are we doing? Um, we actually had women's matches, and I think the women actually outranked the men in matches. Tag team titles are in action. The Irresistible Forces, Lash Legend, and Nia Jax took on. Can I call them Baycuria? Can we coin Baycuria, Lyra and Bailey? Good match, but I think going in, if you've been paying attention to like what happened on SmackDown, I felt like this wasn't going to be a clean finish because the Irresistible Forces have just been laying waste to everybody, and it's already known that we're going to get kind of a multi-women match at Mania. This is no different. The Bellas made their way to the ring. Char Bliss tried to cut them off at the pass, and Lash and Nia, even during their match, went and took out all of them until Char Bliss didn't had enough and intervened in the match, messing up Bailey and Lyra's rightful title match, disqualification. But the 6 women finally ganged up on the more menacing 2 and Lash and Nia and got the upper hand. And now we're headed towards the Fatal 4 tag team title match at Mania. I like that this is a way to get all women on the card. I know we're going to do predictions here in a few weeks, but this has to be, I guess, for Star Power and for like the write-ups on Monday from ESPN, Sport, SI, all these places. It's like, it feels like the Bellas are kind of just there, but I feel like they're going to win at Mania. And my only thing is like, who's taking the pin? Who's knocking out who's taking the pin for Nikki or Brie to get their tag titles so they can kind of like have their run, go off into the sunset? Because I feel like that's the only reason that we're doing this Fatal 4 is for a clean way to get the belts on the Bellas outside of like just a straight up tag match and allow them like a little bit of time with the belts or at least a moment having the titles that they never got to have. So like that's my question for the next few weeks. But sorry, I got a text come through. The biggest moment of the night, we had Paul Heyman, who was doing the rounds a lot, doing the rounds of the division, the iShow segment, the new tag team champions, also doing the hype package for Brock and Oba, letting us know this was the one time that things did not come to blows between these two men in recent weeks. Oba made his way to the ring. Brock was here ready for a fight in full ring gear. No boots, no cowboy boots, no jeans, vest. Like, hey, I'm ready to fight. 2 men didn't fight each other. Oba took out all the security guards going to the ring, even took out Adam Pearce. And what stopped the 2 men from fighting, good wrinkle here, Triple H, COO. Hey, I'm the boss. I write the checks. This is not happening tonight. Paul Heyman, get your guy. I got Oba. We're not fighting tonight. Brock tried to one-up Oba by F5ing one of the security that Oba took out outside the ring. Good segment overall. And I think the fact that comparative to how we ended the night, where we're doing the back and forth each week between our one of our Mania main events, I thought Brock would get a upper hand on Oba, like he did the kick to Oba last week and still got knocked out the ring. They didn't touch. You don't have to. I think we're still like Paul Heyman's doing a good job of selling the allure of Brock Lesnar as a Mania star and a Mania event. And we know that Oba is coming for Brock and he's not scared. So I don't think they need to get physical again until the actual match, unless it's like Brock cheap shotting Oba, maybe attacking him backstage. But I think this feud is like already hot enough to where a lot of people want to see it. And it's good for WWE as they're throwing this card together. I know we now know what the IC match is going to be. We got a promo from Finn Balor where he says he's going to destroy Dom Mysterio because he tried to make him a man and couldn't. So now we know officially Finn and Dom at Mania. But this is good that they're keeping this sandwiched in here and did this at the Garden to make it seem like, hey, big fight feel. This is on the way. We're not going to give away too much to you guys right now because we want you guys to be locked in when this match happens. So shout out to them for pushing this feud forward because there's one way I see this going with Brock and Oba. But you can actually turn this into a little series if you play it well, because the crowd reaction is high for Obafemi right now. I'd say the crowd reaction is high for this feud more than anything else on the actual show. IC title match, Penta taking on Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston would let Grayson Waller know that he wanted to do things on his own. Backstage earlier tonight in that Danhausen segment where he was talking about IShowSpeed, we actually saw Kofi and Javon talking in the background, and it was a more calm conversation, not the aggressive stuff. So I think those seeds are still being planted. And maybe that dissension between Waller and Kofi during this match is a way to start introducing Javon as a official, unofficial member of the New Day. And I'm holding out hope that Javon carries them back to the power of positivity. But Waller took Kofi's word, didn't get involved in the match. Penta still laid him out with a destroyer. Kofi hit a trouble in paradise. For a second, I thought Kofi might take the belt. But Penta kicks out, true fashion, gets a leg up on Kofi, hits the destroyer, and we're out of here. Great match. I feel like these two, maybe given an upper opportunity with each other, can learn each other's styles and do more together. I really expect that out of these two guys. I would love to see them get another round at each other, but now we know Penta, after successfully defending his title, he wants to go to Mania, and he wants to defend his title like a fighting champion in a place that he said that he is a threat and he rules, and that's in a ladder match. So we're going to get, I believe, a 6-man ladder match between Penta, and I don't think they did qualifiers. I think it's too late to do qualifiers, not enough time. I believe it's going to be Penta, Javon Evans, JD McDonough, Dragon Lee, and Rusev that I saw in a match graphic. So should be a banger of a match. Different from when Dom won the IC belt last year. I don't feel like they're going to crown, from what I see in the pool, unless somebody gets added. Doesn't seem like a moment to crown everybody else. I think this will be a showcase for Penta to show he's a fighting champion and continue what he's doing open challenge-wise going forward. So we had a promo between Paul Heyman, Paul Bunyan. Have I seen Paul Bunyan? I know what the folklore is, but let me know what you're talking about, Scotty. We had these segments backstage where Pierce was asking Paul Heyman all night, hey, have you checked your email? Paul Heyman saying like, hey, no, I'm too busy doing X, Y, and Z. I didn't check my email. Until we got Paul Heyman coming to the ring, I believe, to talk more about Division being champions, talk about Brock and Oba. He was met by Adam Pearce to let him know, like, hey, you should have checked your email because I have big news. You should know that the Boston PD dropped all charges against Seth Rollins, and you should know that he's now medically cleared to compete. Seth Rollins, Architect fashion, Shield 1.0 fashion, hits Paul Heyman with a chair again. He's getting ready to make an attack, and he was pulled out the ring by none other than Gunther, which, shout out to my friend Ben. He's been telling me about this for weeks now, that was the only way to get Gunther on the card, is to tie him into the Vision angle somehow. There is no retirement match for Gunther in his sights. He's been off Raw noticeably like the previous 3 weeks, to where a lot of media and analysts are asking, like, where is he? You have him do all these things. He doesn't have a Mania match now. What do you do? I thought it was perfect for Gunther to probably go in and maybe just have a showcase match against Ilya, since Ilya's currently trying to find his fighting spirit again. They didn't do that. He came out, chokes out Seth Rollins, lays him there, points to the Mania sign. I want Seth Rollins at Mania. I'm guessing next week we'll find out why he wants Seth Rollins at Mania. If Paul Heyman hired him, there was no interaction between Gunther and Heyman whatsoever. So I just thought it was weird. I thought it's forced. I think the Mania tango between these two, that's now official according to Adam Pearce, is forced, but that's another Mania match. You guys see a theme here. We're less than a month away from Mania, and now we're getting matches announced to fill out the card. Dom and Finn, IC title, Gunther and Seth, and eventually, based on what we saw with this match, probably Io and Asuka. Io took on Raquel Rodriguez, and we saw a great match between two very contrasting styles for the most of it until the Kabuki Warriors came ringside. It looked like Asuka was telling Kairi to distract Io for whatever reason. Io hits a suicide dive when Asuka takes her out and says, hey, like, that was for you. You're going to be fine. Get away from her type thing. which allowed Raquel enough to come in and pick up a pinfall over Io. Big win for Raquel. Keeps her momentum trajectory going high because we still don't know what she's doing at Mania after a strong showing at the Rumble, after a strong showing at the Elimination Chamber, strong matches against Stephanie McCurr. There's nothing there for Raquel to do. And I don't think she was going to get a singles match against Io at Mania. You have this, but now you get to tell the storyline of, I guess, a custody battle for Kairi. Asuka versus Kairi. Asuka versus Io Sky. You have to depart your ties with Kairi if I win type thing. I'm sure we'll get more of that because you cannot have a WrestleMania card with Io Sky off of it. So that's a good way to do it. It would be even better if it was a triple threat and a way to showcase Kairi where she was able to win that match. I don't know, but that's probably a match that gets announced, I'd say, by the end of the week, no later than next Monday. We closed the show with CM Punk and Roman Reigns after Jay put the battery in Roman's back last week, even calling him Joe, saying like, hey, you're the tribal chief. Smash them all. Smash them all. And powerbomb CM Punk through the table. Roman flexing his jean jacket, by the way. He wants you guys to know that he looked nice in his jean jacket being at the Mecca. There was no talking this week. CM Punk hit the ring after Roman entered the ring, and these two men just fought. No Usos nearby. Security, WWE administrative talent trying to break things up. And what looked like was going to be a repeat was CM Punk getting the upper hand. CM Punk said last week, like, no, I think you guys should stay. Roman needs the help. I don't need the help. Roman needs the help. CM Punk got the upper hand, hit a GTS and shield bombed Roman Reigns through the table. Yeah, quick and easy. No promo work, just hands. Still building up the fire for this fight. I would say if you're looking at main events for night 1 and night 2, the Roman Punk feud has a little bit more of the edge. Roman was on, I believe it was Jimmy Fallon. If it's not Jimmy Fallon, somebody fact check me. But he was on one of the late night shows over the weekend and even cut a promo on CM Punk saying like, hey, I know you're asleep right now. You're not on this type of show because I'm a bigger star. So the feud is really, hey, I hate CM Punk and what he stands for this business. I'm a bigger star. I know how to carry this brand, carry this company into more prosperity. This is the old guy just milking his last little bit of relevancy, and I take that away from him at WrestleMania. Good stuff. Good stuff, except the fact that I think what's getting all the views and hits right now is Oba as well as Brock Lesnar and whatever they got going on. That's everything. So, like, that was probably the highlight of Raw, just that. And we're in trouble if we don't heat up Cody and Randy a little bit more, or Roman and Punk doesn't take like some stark turn until like maybe other former bloodline members or members of the family put a different battery in Roman's back. We find out whoever Randy's talking to like make him go into this mode, because Oba versus Brock looks every bit of the main event. And I'm pretty sure on the mic, at the very least, Paul Heyman is advocating for it. But a lot of randoms in here, like Finn Balor, Dom Mysterio, based off a promo, official for Mania. We have a 5 or 6 way ladder match without any qualifiers, with Penta defending his belt. And very random Gunther taking on Seth Rollins at Mania is now official. Interesting Monday Night Raw. But I'm pretty sure by Friday we'll get more details, or by socials with WWE tomorrow. A lot of these storylines will be able to pick up play. I know we'll be back in tune with you guys to WWE Live on Wednesday and Friday this week, because Stand and Deliver, I'm pretty sure, is this weekend now. So like that came pretty fast, and we're going to find out who Lola Vice is taking, or sorry, if Lola Vice or Kendall Gray are taking on JC Jane at Stand and Deliver, or if it's going to be a triple threat. But that's been the Monday Nightmare recap for you guys. Wanted to make sure I got with you guys. I am going to run because the Pistons are playing basketball right now, and I need to be locked into that. But I'll be back with you guys on Wednesday for WWE Live. And, of course, as we build up to Stand and Deliver, because NXT is going to put on a phenomenal show in St. Louis this weekend. Catch my socials. Said is the answer on the gram and on TikTok. Said says on Twitter. I live tweeted through the show tonight. I'll probably live tweet through NXT tomorrow night. And make sure you guys check out the Women's Wrestling Archive. That's almost live. Donate anything you can, because we want to preserve the history and the story of all women that contributed to this lovely sport from then, now, and then going into the future, because they deserve to be recognized at all times, not just during Women's History Month. But appreciate you guys rocking with me in the chat. Scotty, Black Democrat, Willie Jilly, sorry. Catch you guys next time. I'm your mayor, and I am signing off. Peace, y'all.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.